Hey, Freedom Diggers, it's Jim the Gopher Gorley coming at you again after a long break. Currently, I'm in Facebook jail, so I'm doing a little video here on electrolysis. And I have my setup cruising away right now on a relic that I dug earlier this year with Chris. It's a horse saddle buckle. And I'm going to show you my setup here. So what I've used is a 5-gallon bucket, and I went around, drilled 2 holes in 3 locations on the bucket, and married them together with some copper wire at each point, all the way around the bucket. Just the 3 though. I didn't go completely around all 3. Just married the 3 together. So here's the gap right here. And on the inside, you got a piece of reinforcing rod. And interestingly enough, I made a mistake. The thing wouldn't work. I'm like, what's wrong? Turns out that the rebar was painted, and I didn't even notice it. So took the paint off, and now I'm cruising away. But anyway, so I got the 3 pieces of rebar in there, and I got my piece of wood with threaded rods so I can adjust the height for different size relics. And then I got the battery charger set up, of course, with the negative connected to the relic and the positive connected to one of the rods. Got the old battery charger set up, and it's important that you use a battery charger that is not automatic, which is what most of the new ones are. I bought this one off of a friend of mine so that I could use it for this purpose. It's an older school one. And right now I have it on the 10 amp setting. The 50 amp is for starting a car. I figured the 10 amp might be a little faster than 2 amp. I noticed that when I switched it to 10, this thing really started to cruise. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's bubbling away. So what you do is you get your bucket set up with your rebar and your wire. And as a quick note, don't use stainless steel. It produces a really toxic sludge when you're done. It's actually illegal to dump and really nasty. So just use regular steel. And got that set up. You get your water in there, and you mix in about 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup for 5 gallons is what they say. So I don't have my bucket filled all the way, but you mix this stuff in. This is super washing soda. And this helps to carry the electrical charge through the water and help it do a better job cleaning. And you just put the object in there and let her run. Keep in mind that while you're doing this, that the process separates the water into its component parts, which are hydrogen and oxygen, which in quantities are explosive. Some people do this indoors, but you know, if you're doing this long enough and the room is small enough and you produce a spark, well, you know what happened with the Hindenburg. I don't think I've ever heard of that happening, but you know, it's not really a risk I want to take. So I'm operating in my garage right now, and it's a little breezy night right now, so you can probably hear the wind chimes out there. But anyways, so we're going to let this sucker roll. Tell you what, let's check on it. I'm going to unplug here, and we'll see how the progress is coming along on this. What do we got here? So there's my buckle. And the buckle itself is made out of brass, but the tang on it is copper, or is steel, so it rusted all together. So we're seeing some progress. the part where the hook goes through was mostly closed up when I started. So it's starting to pull that rust off of there. I'm hoping when it pulls it all off that that tang on there will be able to move back and forth. And then when you're done, it's going to leave your object looking kind of black and cruddy. All you do is just wire wheel that off, and looks really good. So we're going to get him back in there and get it cooking again. Trying to do this one-handed with my phone, which is a little challenging to say the least. Hopefully I'll have a GoPro soon and I can produce videos that are a little more professional. So we'll get her plugged back in and humming away. And there she goes, starts cooking right away. Excellent. So here's some of the other stuff I'm going to work on. I got a couple of vent dampers for wood stoves here. This one's like mostly all intact. And I got a, looks like a mule shoe. Silas pulled this out of the river earlier this year. Still has the nails in it. That's going to look cool cleaned up. Got a cowbell that I dug a while ago. Still rings. Going to get that cleaned up, painted, probably hang it up. And a few other miscellaneouses. Got a splitting wedge, which I actually have used a couple times already, and it still works great. So I'll clean this up. I'll probably put it back to work. Some other miscellaneouses, just ski binding right here, and a hammerhead, and another ski binding. And this guy, this is a rod for a receiver to hang up the receiver on an old box style telephone. This actually inspired me to buy a box telephone, an old wood box crank up telephone. I have it in the dining room of my house. Maybe I'll show that to you guys sometime. So we'll clean that up too. So that's pretty much that. We're going to keep rolling on, getting ready for winter. Very few digs left in the season, I'm thinking. Maybe I'll get out this weekend. And guys, if you haven't already, check out our Facebook page, Michigan Freedom Diggers Metal Detecting. Join up. Don't forget to answer the join up questions. I'll be watching for you. And also check out History Seekers. That's another really cool Facebook page that is run by my good friend and metal detector dealer Heath Jones with Treasure Mountain Detectors. He will give you the absolute best deal on a metal detector, and he has specials going on. So check out Treasure Mountain Detectors, Heath Jones, online. And check him out on YouTube. He makes his own videos as well. Excellent productions. Better than mine because he has better equipment. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.